Now for quantitative data, basically we'll be dealing with the straight numeric data. So to do that, let's click on, look at this data I have, okay? Before we click on data analysis, you see we have calcium, we have AIDMV. These are different aspects. We have sodium, we have potassium, we have magnesium, we have phosphorus, we have nitrogen. Okay. Now, looking at this result, it's showing us that this test was carried out in the lab in which calcium was applied on this sample in 6 days, from a 0 hour to 24 hours, so 48 hours, 72 hours, 96, 120, and 140. So like 6 different days, repetitively in 3 different times within the frequency, within the duration. Okay. Now the individual is carrying out the effect of calcium on this, and then the effect was documented. Okay. Now to describe this data, describing the data, we use mean, standard deviation, median, and the likes. Okay, so want to describe this data. Don't forget I said this is numeric data, so we'll not capture this for now. So we'll go to our data analysis, click on data analysis, then look for descriptive statistics. Descriptive, can you see descriptive statistics? This is it here. Okay, click on okay. Then a dialog box appear asking you to enter the input range. To be able to do that, I told you we are dealing with numeric data, so I'm going to select just this. This, okay, is enough this way. The three results we have, I haven't applied the effect, the observation. These are the observations, okay? Now we have it entered. Then the first row, don't forget, is labeled. It's not numeric. It's labeled. That is VIV respectively, okay? Now we are look at the options. We have is grouping by a column, not row. Yes. Then output option. Do I want it in a new worksheet, or I want the result to appear on the same worksheet? If I want it to appear on the same worksheet, I'll click on output range, and I will be asked to select the range of my output. Okay. If I want to have a new workbook, I'll select new workbook. Okay. Now for summary statistics, it will provide you with the maximum, minimum, and the likes. Okay, so let's clear. I don't need confidence level. Okay, all right, click on OK. Waiting for my results. Now my result is out on a new worksheet. Now we have AI, we have the result for DM, we have the result for VA. Okay, this is just describing this. So we have the mean, we have the standard error, we have the median, then there's no mode that's not available for this data. Okay, standard deviation, we have sample variance, we have kurtosis, we have skewness, we have range, we have minimum, we have maximum, we have sum, and we have count. Okay, so this is for all the data. You can decide to run a descriptive statistic per hour. For instance, for first 0 hours, you can run a description for it, a descriptive analysis for it. Then you can decide to run for the next 24 hours, you run for that, for 48, for 72, and then you can discuss, okay, the mean value for this particular variable is this, the standard error is this, the median is this. You are just describing the data. Okay, we successfully carried out the descriptive statistics. Right away, we'll be moving on to inferential statistics. Inferential statistics means you are making a deduction from the comparison you have made. Okay, now carrying out inferential statistics, we have different methods you can use. We have different statistical methods. We have your t-test. If you are trying to carry out the significant difference between two groups or more. Okay, then we have z-test. Okay, we have correlation when you are trying to get the relationship. Okay, so we have Anova. Okay, Anova is also used to compare the relationship between two groups. Okay, so now we'll quickly look at that. When we get to z-test, t-test, I'm going to explain the differences between t-test and z-test. Okay, though for this test, we'll be going ahead to perform We follow, look, we click on data analysis. Okay. Now we click on two. We have, if you look at this, we have single factor. That is, if we are comparing just a single factor, that is calcium on AI, that's a single factor. Okay. Now, if it is two factor, that is two or more group, like for instance, the way we have calcium on this group, on this group, on this group, okay, then we have with replication and without replication. What does it mean when it said with replication? We are saying that the experiment was conducted in how many replicants? For instance, individual added the calcium at maybe 5 minutes interval, 30 minutes. Later on, the person added another one, noted the observation, carried another one, noted is with replication. Okay, for this result that we have, if you look at it, it's with replication. We have these two, one, two, three. I eat the other one, okay, the column for replication. So it's with replication and it's two or more groups. So to do that, we click on this two factor with replication. Please take note of this. Okay. Now we have the input rate asking you to select your input rate. So I'll select everything for my calcium. All right. Now it's asking us rows per sample. That is, how many times was this result replicated? It was replicated 3 times. All right. Then we can click on OK. Now we have a two-way factor with replication, two-way Anova with replication. Look at it. Now these are the descriptive analysis of this per the hour. This is 0 hour, 24 hours. Give us our count, our sum, our average, our variance. Now I'm not interested in that. Our emphasis is on the Anova, and this is our Anova table. Okay, and for you to take decision, you compare the F value and the F critical value. Okay, once your F value is greater than F critical value, said there's significance in between the group. That is to say, calcium has effect on those sample. The same thing with this is greater than this. This is greater than this. All right. So this is how to run two-way ANOVA with replication. Okay, two-way ANOVA with replication. All right, let's come back to our data set again. We've just run two-way ANOVA for calcium. Now, can we also run another one? Okay. Now, for this, let's go back to our data analysis. So I will not show you. If you want to run two single factor, just click on it. You will ask to select. It's not for multiple. Let me do that for you. Okay, let's go. Grab this. Okay. Input range. Let's select this. Okay. Label in the first row. Let's see. You see it. So contain non-numeric because of selection of calcium. So let's quickly correct it. Okay. Let's go with this. Let's see. Should contain two or more. Sorry, please. All right. It's two or more group. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. So look at it. This is a single factor, A, I, and D, and that is the group. Okay. And then this is the summary. That is the descriptive statistics for that. And this our ANOVA table. This is greater than this, so it's significant. Okay. Now let's go ahead. And also, please take note of that. I've done for two-way. Now this is one-way ANOVA. ANOVA. Okay. Now let's quickly run for another one. Then if your analysis is without replication the same, just select. In this case, you'll not be told to enter the numbers of sample. Look at it. See, there's no column for you to enter sample. Okay. So then we have correlation. Correlation is about relationship. Okay. We are testing the relationship between two or more variable. Okay. Now let's pick this. We have correlation. We have covariance. It's analysis of covariance. This one is analysis of variance. Okay, we have covariance. I've done for this. Now let's click on OK. Now we are asked to enter. Yeah, it's for correlation, please. To enter what we are running for. Now we come here. Want to look for relationship between these two observation. We have our label. Okay, click check on it and click on OK. Now, if you look at this is absolute. Okay, relationship between this and this is a negative relationship, and it's 43%. Relationship between VA and AI is a negative relationship. That is, the graph is skewed to the left. In other way, what are we saying? As this increases, decrease. Okay, that is when you have negative. Okay, now that is relationship, please. Now the relationship between this and this is positive. As DM increases, this VA also increases. Okay, then this is constant. This is one. Okay, that is why you see you have one like a matrix. Okay, so this is how to run for correlation. Usually just multiply by this, multiply by 100 to get a percentage. Okay, so we've done for correlation. So you can check if there's a positive or negative relationship. For this, a negative relationship. For this and this is positive. Okay, so we have both positive and negative in this correlation that we just did. Okay, trying to rename my work sheets. All right. So we have successfully conducted descriptive statistics, inferential statistics, and under our inferential we did correlations analysis. We did what's the name again? One-way Anova, two-way Anova with replication. Okay. Now for t-test and z-test, I will be showing you how to perform it in our next class. Okay, and I'll tell you the differences between the two tests. Okay, so please do well to look at this analysis and then practice. I will send you the data sheets for you to walk around, and you can as well get data, a qualitative data this time, and probably books, biro, and then you can run for correlation or student exam performance, and probably the grading. Just look for two or more variables and compare. Okay, then you can look for student data, student the research journals or your place of work. Like for instance, we did a work for someone, an individual was told to run a correlation. This is for qualitative data. Okay, and we did that. Was basically a qualitative data, but with numbers. So we now use scatter plots. Okay, I'll be showing that on our next class. So we are going to do t-test, z-test, predictive analysis using regression. Thank you for listening. Please do well to share, and